Hey everybody, Paul here from Aptitude Outdoors, and if you look behind me, you'll notice a ton of seemingly random pictures and artwork and stuff, and I figured there's a lot of stories in there, so I might as well just do a quick rundown of all the artwork behind me, because it all, well, most of it anyway, has some sort of meaning personally to me, whether it's a trip I've done, whether it's, a photograph that someone's taken while I was out with them. So I figure, why not? Let's do it. All right, so above my head over here somewhere, you can see there is this seemingly wooden carving of a bald eagle, and I got one back here, over here, so there's a deer, and there's one behind me a little lower, it's a wolf, and these were actually from my aunt's house when I was growing up. They lived in the middle of nowhere in the woods, and they always had these like real naturey art pieces hanging in their house, and they moved to kind of like the suburbs. And I was we just started building this podcast studio, and I was looking up, asking around where I could get some artwork. Anybody had anything laying around that was even remotely nature? Because I was trying to fill in the wall. She goes, "Oh, we have these old wooden carving things you could have." And I was like, "Absolutely." I always just thought they were super cool. They're actually, I think they're plastic. I'm not sure what they are, but they're really awesome representations of the natural world, and most of the animals on it are around here except for wolves. So whatever cheesy artwork, I have no idea where they got it, probably at like a home goods store or something, but they're super cool and I really enjoy them. And next, I got up here somewhere, there is a picture from my Appalachian Trail through hike. It is me, my wife, and then there's three other through hikers. There's Lucky, who was from Canada, who hiked with us. He was only 19 at the time. And then I got Jumanji up there in Pinecone. And Jumanji owns a hostel somewhere on the Appalachian Trail, and I think it's called Happy Nomad or something like that. So if you are doing an Appalachian Trail through hike, definitely stop in there and say hi. One of the happiest people I've ever met in my entire life. Jumanji's such a great guy. He's like Tom Bombadil from Lord of the Rings. Every time I read Lord of the Rings, I think of Jumanji because he's just so happy. But yeah, that's where that's from. And then this is just a really crappy wolf or coyote picture I found at a Goodwill when I was scrambling to try and get it completed before I started recording podcasts. Now I use it to stick stickers on from places I've traveled. I got, Absolute Aid sticker up there. I got a few stickers from Derek York of Impact Outdoors from when I was down in Texas making the wild turkey hunt down in Texas video I have here on YouTube, and we had a podcast conference, so a lot of those guys gave me stickers. I got Chester Moore gave me a few stickers from his podcast up there. And then right above my head with this little white frame is actually a photo from Seth Guide. We were out taking photos one day, just kind of screwing around, and he was showing me how to do kind of like macro photography, and I was like, man, I just really like that cool picture. I know exactly where it was taken. I could walk there right now and show you. Not going to. But yeah, and Seth was a podcast guest, early on when I first started the show, and I've been trying to get artwork from some of the photographers who've been on to just kind of showcase their artwork. And below that is a picture from Mike Bolanek, who was also on the podcast, great photographer here locally. We were out walking around oak openings actually, I think he took that during the Tales from the Trail episode, which you can find here on the YouTube channel. He took that photo, and I sent it off and got it printed, which is really nice. And below that one is a picture of James Appleton and I drove up to the Adirondacks to meet him in person and to do some hiking. And that was right before we finished hiking Hurricane Mountain. I wanted to do one of the high peaks, but the weather was just too gnarly. And, he's got a job and stuff, so he was working out there, and he didn't have a lot of time to just, go for days on end. So we got to hike Hurricane Mountain. That was really fun. So we took that on the way back down, all sweaty and my hair's all wild. Below that is a sign from, my dad found it at a garage sale, but it is like a Florida Natural Resources sign. It looks like it's been run over a few times. Probably not legal to have, but I have it anyway. That's what I got. And some of the stuff down here in the corner is just junk artwork I bought when I was trying to fill up the wall, hoping to replace it with my own photography and guest artwork and stuff like that. But up to the other side of my head here, I've got a group photo from the Huntfish Podcast Summit down in Texas. There's a whole laundry list of podcasts I did on there, but I got like Todd Craighead, I got Lou Marullo, aka Eric Adams from Manowar on there, Derek York, we got Chester Moore's in there, I got Turner and Hayden Roland, we got, who else? Can't remember off the top of my head. I wish I had the picture in front of me, but there's lots of great people in that photo, and it was such a good time. I can't wait to go back this year. Hopefully everything comes through and I'm able to make it, which I should be. Make another mini doc, hopefully. And then above that is actually from a fundraiser that I went to, and someone painted a bunch of birch trees. It was like a fundraiser for people with disabilities, and I thought it was awesome. It fit the background. I love birch trees. I always thought they were just the coolest trees. And it's got like the sunset going on in the background, so I really enjoyed that as well, so I bought that. Get these duck decoys back here. I'm not really 100% sure where they came from. They either came from my dad, bought them at a garage sale again, or my brother has a pond in his backyard, and I think his father-in-law bought at a garage sale like 1 million duck decoys and like filled up his pond one day, so I don't remember where they came from, but they're outdoorsy, they fit the theme, so whatever. And that big giant picture right there is actually just the first thing I bought when I was setting up this wall. It was the biggest outdoors picture I could find, and yeah, I hope to replace it someday because it's not really that great, but it serves its purpose. I got some like those little kitschy, cheesy outdoors signs you find in tourist shops when you go anywhere. Got a Bigfoot one, I got a bears will eat you kind of joke one, which is whatever. And then behind me here, I got my favorite television show of all time. I got the X-Files I Want to Believe poster. I know you can like not literally see any of it right here, but I do really am a huge X-Files fan. At my home studio as well, where I do some of the episodes, there's also a giant X-Files poster in the background of the door. If you've ever wanted to know what that was hanging on the door, I don't know where that came from either, but it's pretty awesome. And then down here is my backpack, my Osprey Exos backpack that I used to through hike the Appalachian Trail. It's got the patches on it. That's why that's always hanging there. I know it's hard to see, the microphone stand's always in the way, but I'm one guy. I can only do so much here. I'm not a perfect set designer or anything, but yeah, that's my entire back wall. And I got a few more pictures over, sometimes I get out of frame and you can see the background from different angles, but I got a picture from like my adventure race up there that I did with Kyle Smith and my brother and guy Mike Mathis that we all know. Kyle was an early guest on the podcast, and his trip to Alaska and all of this stuff, his riding his bike up the West Coast, all this cool stuff he's done. So it's cool to have like little mementos of all the stuff and guests I've had on, and that will change over time as well. But I wanted to give you guys a quick little rundown in case anybody was wondering what the hell is going on behind my bed, or my head back there, not my bed. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that subscribe button. If you didn't like it, turn it off. Why are you watching it this long? So thank you guys for watching. I'll be back with more videos soon.